In this video, I introduce the earnings per share. There are two definitions of earnings per share. One is basic earnings per share. The other is diluted earnings per share. And the basic earnings per share is for the simple capital structure. Okay, for example, a company only has common equity and preferred stock. So the earnings per share is calculated by using the numerator is net income subtract preferred stock dividend. So their difference is profits available for common equity holders. The denominator is the average number of common shares outstanding. And earnings per share is a direct and intuitive way to show the profitability of company. It tells the investors how much profit the company generated during a calendar year or during a period of time for each share of ownership. For example, $5 per share. That means during this fiscal year, the company created $5 for each of ownership. So if you own 10,000 shares, well, that means the company basically create $50,000 profit for you as an investor. So diluted earnings per share is used for more complicated capital structure. That means for this type of company, it not only includes common and preferred stock, it also includes debt and any other dilutive securities. Okay. For example, a lot of firms issue convertible bond, convertible preferred stock. These actually can be executed during a calendar year and become common equity. So this kind of security, they have dilutive effect to the company's earnings per share. So when we calculate, we should first add back the interest expense for the debt. Also, don't forget that the interest expense net of tax for the convertible bond. Okay, so that's kind of after-tax return to the convertible bond holders. And also, we add back the dividend on convertible preferred stock. Okay, the dividend on convertible preferred stock is a return to these stockholders. So that means the numerator includes all the returns for the current common equity holders and the potential equity holders. Again, the denominator is current average number of shares for a common equity and the potential. Okay, in most cases, the basic earnings per share will be greater than dilutive earnings per share. Although earnings per share, you go to the Google or Yahoo Finance or even in a company's financial statement, you can find the earnings per share in their income statement or their web page. But it is not as useful as we think. For example, let me give you a simple example. The company A and company B. Company A has 100 shares. The price of share is $100. So the total equity is 10,000. For company B, 1,000 shares. For each share, the price is 10. Again, same, $10,000. Okay, but if I assume A and B, they generate $500 profits or net income for common equity holders, so you will find earnings per share different for these two companies, right? The only difference is not caused by the numerator net income. It is caused by the denominator, the number of shares. So it is unfair for company B because, its earnings per share only $0.5 and its company A is $5. But basically, we know this company, they have same amount of input, that means capital, same amount of output net profits. So basically, A and B, they have same performance, but significant difference in the earnings per share. So earnings per share, is good if you investigate a single company for different years, like time series analysis. Okay, you compare current earnings per share to prior year, so you know whether the company's performance improves or not. But it is less useful when you compare different firms, because they have different firms, their share price is different.